Welcome back to the show. As promised, back with Miriam Pearl from Delicious Without Gluten, talking apples. Of course, it is apple season, and I imagine, Miriam, is it different apples like over the last few months? Because apple season started, what, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, it starts the end of August.
Okay, end of August. So not that long. Not as long as
a little bit at a time.
Right.
Now we're in courting season. We're just past Lobo.
Okay.
We're just
you know your apples.
Yeah,
like that's why we have you on the show. I have no idea. The Honey Crisp is my favorite, but that's pretty much all I know. So we're continuing with apples, but we're going to do something a little bit different, right?
Yeah, so we're doing savory now.
Okay.
So
we're
it's
doing
like
savory.
harvest
Okay.
vegetables and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I took a variety of harvest vegetables. This is actually inspired by a Jerusalem kugel that I remember from my childhood that my sister made once, and it was very sweet and lots of pepper.
Okay.
So it was
I
a
love
very
both
nice,
those things.
yeah.
Okay.
So I start with a butternut squash. I think many people get very nervous to cut one of these things.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you how.
Okay.
So
there's members of my family who I'm not going to out here on live television that we will not let cut things like this, because this is what we do. We do this, you know. Oh, God.
So,
something's going to come off over there. And
Derek, you're going to need your microwave.
Okay.
So first what I do is I microwave it for 1 minute, and then
right.
I stab it in various parts.
A little violent, Miriam.
Yes,
okay.
I know. I know.
Get
It's
some
all good.
anger issues out there. It's okay.
Then I put it back into the microwave for another 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
And I let it cool.
All right.
Now, I let it cool, and I just started peeling just before the show. Now it's super, super easy to peel.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, peeling one of these like that is not going to work.
Not a good idea.
You need a new
I've
knife.
been there, yes, and you need a sharp knife to cut it.
So we're going to put it on its side, and we're going to actually cut the top and the bottom.
I'm going to give one of my guests heck, because they could have shown me this years ago. Because you know what they did? They would take it and cut off the side a little bit so that it didn't roll on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they would start cutting it, but you still did the cringe. This is much better.
Always need a base, because you don't want
Yes.
to hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's a better base than what I was shown.
So you can see over here, you have your seeds. Usually what I do is I cut it off right over here,
Okay.
and then I turn it over so it's solid again.
Right.
And then I
Gotcha.
cut it in half, and cut it in half, and cut it in half, and then you turn each piece
Those are
over.
quarters, Miriam. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that to a guest. I'm sorry.
Fine.
I'm just, I'm a
in
little.
quarters.
Yeah.
I didn't know how. Well, it depends
I'm
on
a
how
little
big it
bugger
is.
sometimes. Yeah, no, I
it's
hear
okay.
you. Just
And then I take each one. Thank you. We take each one and we cut that one in half too.
Yes.
And then just like butter sticks, we just then make cubes.
Okay.
Okay. So it's pretty easy.
This
what
is
we
really,
do with this side,
this is much better than what I was.
we
I like
scoop it out.
Right.
So you scoop it out, put it in the garbage, and then you just do the same. Cut.
Okay.
Easy, easy.
Easy peasy. Gotcha.
So I'm going to show you another thing that we do. So first of all, I put the pieces of the recipe, and everything is on the website.
Okay.
But I cut up the butternut squash, followed by some beautiful sweet potato,
Okay.
some onions so they caramelize,
Nice.
and some parsnip. A lot of people don't use parsnip.
I love
it's a great
parsnip.
flavor.
It's like a sweet carrot.
Exactly.
Right?
But no, it's a little bit different.
It's okay. All
It's
right.
got a little bit of an edge.
Listen,
something
you're
different.
the expert.
It's okay.
I'm just here
So-
learning.
What we do is we pour some oil on top. So the recipe actually is 2 pans. So one
Okay.
I actually roasted in the oven at 400 for a half an hour, and then I don't like it to be too busy because it won't get all crispy.
Yeah,
It
you
won't
want
get
those
crispy.
little nice little bits, right?
So you
those
have to
crispy
use
bits.
2 different pans.
Okay.
You equal it up, put it on different pans. And the apples, by the way, I'm going to show you how to do the apple.
Okay.
So again,
I love this instrument.
I love this one too. I just do this. So, okay.
Nice.
So what we do is just, while these are small,
Yeah.
you don't want apples to be too small, so you're just going to cut them
Why?
in half.
Because they'll shrink quite a bit?
Yes, they'll get like, and then you won't, it'll disintegrate.
Gotcha.
So you want them to be bigger than the others.
Okay.
Okay, that's the only
Perfect.
thing that you need to know. Other than that, everything goes together. You put some oil, and then you have some sugar, tons of pepper, some cinnamon, and salt. And you mix it all together, and you toss it up, put it in the oven.
Okay,
And then
that's
it comes
simple
into
enough.
here. However,
We're not done yet,
we're not
folks.
done.
Okay.
So when we're finished, garnish again.
Love the garnish.
Is the coriander, because it gives it a nice flavor.
I love coriander.
Okay, if you like it.
Yeah, I know. It's a love-hate relationship.
I know.
Right? I don't understand. It's fantastic
so
stuff.
what I did afterwards is some people, soup is really good this time of year.
Of course.
So I put everything in a blender. I added a liter of broth. It could be vegetable broth, chicken broth.
Okay.
And inside my mixer, and I then use the pieces from the roast on top for a garnish.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you blended it and then you've just left some.
Yeah.
So
it's a chunky soup. You can't eat a lot. It has to be a small bowl because it's very filling.
Right. Unless it's a full meal that you're doing. Like you could do the soup as a meal.
You can.
You wouldn't choose to.
You can. Did you taste
Sometimes
that?
I
you
like,
need to taste that.
Okay, well sometimes
it's
I like a soup for a meal.
And sweet and very full of harvest vegetables are very heavy.
Right.
And it's got,
I see.
This, like,
that's why you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
so I don't know. You smell it. Hold on. I don't think you can smell it.
Yeah.
But it's
well,
very
I can smell
peppery.
it from,
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So it's that kind of a.
So I mean, if you didn't turn it into a soup, would you use this then as a side dish?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It'd be
This is
nice
the
at
best
like
side dish.
Thanksgiving too, right?
Absolutely.
Nice little.
And it makes a nice display because after you're going to put your little green coriander and it goes in a nice bowl.
Could you do some kind of variation as a stuffing?
You can.
In your turkey,
just add some breadcrumbs, not breadcrumbs, some croutons.
Yeah.
And you can do that inside
just because all the savories that you have here and a little bit of sweetness, it would be.
It's a great idea.
Thank you.
I'm gonna now figure that one out.
Going to implement that
I
now.
think I'm gonna do
Thanks
it.
to Derek.
That's
my website is it's going to be a game changer on the website. Go ahead.
I was going to say that I use the Granny Smith apple because it's the most tart, and I like the combination of tart, sweet, and peppery.
I see. Yeah, because you're doing some sugar on there too,
Yeah,
right?
you don't want a sweet apple.
Gotcha.
Remind
everybody at home where they can find this recipe and, of course, many more.
So I have a website at deliciouswithout.com, and you just go to recipes, and I put it right there.
Wonderful.
And
so much fun, Miriam. You're such a great sport. Thanks for putting up with me. I appreciate it. Leanne Lacroix's up next to put up with me. We're talking some fall fashion, fall interior design and decor. We'll be back.